All right, good morning, everybody. How are you doing? Everybody good? Hey, I'm here to focus in on the fun part of Ken's comments. So my name's Dave Bullard, and I'm thrilled to be out here in California because I'm from St. Louis, and St. Louis in April is exponentially worse than out here. Now, as I was thinking about what to talk about, and I look at the agenda, it's just all new. I mean, and we'll get to that in a minute, but there's so much going on that what you were doing yesterday, you're not doing today, you won't be doing the same thing tomorrow. And I started thinking, all right, I'm going to California, and there's a lot of things in my life that are going to California. So I played football at Oklahoma, and where did OU's head football coach just go to? USC. Okay, not a coincidence. But what I really want to talk about, the other thing that's kind of a weird coincidence, is my son. So I'm just going to talk about my son for a minute. And here he is. I want to share some infrastructure, expertise, and insights from DJ Bullard and why you will not be contracting his services anytime soon. Okay, so my boy, he plays football at Mizzou, big kid, business major. He's 14 months away from putting on the big boy pants and going out in the real world. So he calls a few months ago and says, Dad, I want to go out to LA for spring break with some of my buddies. I said, fantastic, it's not Florida. Chances of getting disease or thrown in jail go way down, okay? So I'm happy about that. And I said to him, I said, DJ, you're a business major, you're a big boy, do me a favor. I want you to get some pictures related to infrastructure because I'm going out, the end of April. Help me out. I'm sure everybody would appreciate a fresh Midwestern perspective on infrastructure, or maybe not. And I tried to make it easy. I said, hey, look, here's an Oracle slide. This is what I'll do. We'll stick to the 4 R's, roads, rails, rivers, and runways. You're flying into LAX, and then you're driving all over Southern California. You got this. Do you think he had it? He did not. I got the most touristy pictures. I got the beach. I got the Hollywood sign, Johnny Cash's star, and SoFi Stadium because one of his buddies knows somebody who knows somebody. Okay, so it's at this point, I'm like, he can't be any more useless. Okay, and as Ron White would say, my favorite comedian, I was wrong. So I'm sitting at my desk at home between umpteen Zoom meetings, and I get a text. Dad, can we talk? I need to tell you something. So as a 47-year-old dad, knowing that your kid's out in California with a bunch of other idiots, I panicked. I'm thinking, oh no, he's in trouble. Oh no. He had found one of the only Taco Bells in the world that sells Baja Blast with liquor in it. So consequently, I'm not going to share the results of his little field trip out here to California. What I am going to talk about is my favorite subject, and it's going to be talked about today, and that's innovation, okay? Our innovation lab right outside Chicago has its grand opening this week. We're talking about it. Just seemed appropriate. So if, there's an expression, necessity is the mother of invention. I think customers are the mother of innovation. And here's why. I want to tell you a little bit about my background. So I was at Anheuser-Busch for 10 years, and it used to be simple. You brew Budweiser, sell it. You brew 10 times as much Bud Light, sell it. Easy. And then what started happening was a little thing with demographics. The baby boomers, there were getting to be more and more of them, aging out and saying, we don't want all that carbonated beer. So that's strike one. And then the pups coming up, thanks to Ashton Kutcher, like PBR, Natural Light, and then the other folks like the high-end stuff. And what were we selling? Middle of the road, Bud Light. So where did we turn? Where do you think we turned to solve this problem? Anytime I ask, innovation, okay? We'll do it Moneyball style, okay? I'll point, you guys say innovation. Ready? Innovation. There you go. That's a good movie. Okay, so what did we do? I don't know if you guys remember this. We started making all kinds of different packages, bottles, products. We turned to innovation. There was a whole innovation marketing team. Okay, so I'm starting to think, okay, maybe this innovation's a thing. So I went to Ameren. It's a utility in St. Louis. Basic. Burn coal, make electricity, sell it, regulate it. It's fundamental, okay? Then we started seeing, oh, wait a minute, there's all this residential solar going in. You're not necessarily going to be the monopoly you used to be. People are going to have a choice, okay? And oh, by the way, there's also all this utility scale solar and wind going up, and you're missing out on opportunities to invest and drive your rate base up. Okay, and then on the heels of that, once we had our house in order with cleaner generation, what was the next big target on the greenhouse gas list after power generation? Anybody know? Our friends in transportation, okay? That meant EVs, and there's a stack of challenges that come from EVs, and I'll talk about that later today. So we're faced with all these challenges of how do we keep customers happy? How do we embrace sustainability? Where do we turn? Innovation, that's right, you got it. So I was part of the innovation action teams for 2 years. We looked at drones, microgrids, community solar, smart lights, and electric vehicles. Okay, one more story. So I came to Oracle Construction Engineering 3 years ago, get into project management. That doesn't change. It's simple. Safety, cost, schedule, quality. That's basic, okay? It does not change, or so I thought. Was I right? Nope. Okay, what we learned with COVID was there was a little issue with the supply chain, and then the way people interacted changed. So people wanted to be able to work anywhere. The off-site construction grew. Safety requirements expanded from, okay, you need a hard hat and high visibility vest, to you can't be within 6 feet of each other. We had to deal with that. We had the continuing problem with skilled labor shortages, talent onboarding, and now sustainability. Not just are you building clean stuff, but are you building it in a clean way, and can you prove you built it in a clean way? So guess where we turned? Innovation. That's right, innovation. Okay, so innovation isn't always drones and AI and all that cool stuff. Sometimes it's thoughts. And that's what I'm going to end with today. But we joined the Construction Industry Institute. That's the home of best practices for project delivery. I'm very, very active with that. We also expanded our ecosystem, so we have this network of partners that we use to bring in complementary capabilities to our product suite so we can deliver them faster and more quickly than if we go and try to build it ourselves or buy everybody. And then last but not least, what we're celebrating this week is our innovation lab in Deerfield, Illinois, just north of Chicago. Big place, we'll talk about that more later. So innovation has been a recurring theme, but what does innovation mean for us today? Well, not necessarily all this stuff. I mean, we'll talk about electric vehicles and we'll talk about AI, I'm sure. But what I want to focus on and end with is this definition. This is my favorite definition of innovation. Introduction of something new, a new idea, method, or device. And this is the 10th or 11th Infraday event I've got to be a part of. And there's always a ton of new ideas. You got a room full of people that are just filled to the brim with good ideas. So take advantage of that, okay? And just to expand on that, when you look at the agenda, normally I won't read through all the items, and I'm going to walk around. Can you still hear me? Okay, I can't stand that. Okay, normally I wouldn't read a whole list, but this is impressive, okay? Investment prioritization in a new post-COVID world. Fascinating with investment prioritization. New options to mass transit. Multi-benefit transportation driven by new investment. Meeting carbon neutral targets for sustainable mobility. That's top of mind for everybody now. Innovation in a new carbon-constrained world, oversized cargo's new way out of the Port of Long Beach, and new sustainable rail system between San Francisco and Los Angeles. And then we're going to end up the morning with improving project delivery through digital transformation, which is the subject near and dear to my heart. So I probably ran long, Ken. I apologize, get all excited. But I want to welcome you all, have a good time, and take something new away from today. Thank you.